Hi, I'm Jenn Royle with the Boston Herald, and welcome to another edition of Talk of the Town, sponsored by Aria Trattoria, my opinion, best restaurant in the North End. Okay, I'm here at Fenway Park. It is a beautiful day. Finally, summer is here. And the Red Sox have had their ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster ride all season. But the Red Sox seem to win when Jonny Gomes is in the lineup. So we're about to talk to Jonny Gomes about his place on this team and his career in general. All right, Jonny, fans love athletes for many different reasons. Some might say, Derek Jeter's the cute one. David Ortiz hits the home runs. But you've sort of been a fan favorite here for your balls-to-the-wall attitude. I actually covered the Yankees when you attacked Shelley Duncan. So where does this come from?
I don't know. I guess, it's so hard on other ways, but I always say, not to get your head in the clouds. Don't take for granted the little things. Don't take for granted how lucky you are to be here, how you got here. And, I always mention, I was on the other side of the fence too. I used to go to the games and boo the guys that didn't run hard and all these things. And not that it can be exhausting to play every game like it's your last, but, I try and approach, this might be my last. So, and I always say, hustle, never takes a day off. And, nor should hustle get applauded, because I think it's expected. But, that's it's just how I play.
No, that's a great attitude. In fact, actually, you remind me a little bit of myself in terms of if you're my friend, I will be with you forever. If you cross me, I will kill you. So same way with teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have the biggest family. I didn't have, the big, Italian wedding, and the big Italian, dinners and whatnot. Really just my mom, my brother, grandpa, some others sprinkled in, aunts, uncles. But, so the team was my family, so, these are all my brothers out here. And I protect them like my brothers, and I protect them like my brother protected me. And I've been hit numerous times. I think I got the record in Tampa and the minor leagues and all this stuff. And, I've never charged, one time. I always say I'll be fine, but sometimes, gotta help the homies out.
Is it crazy? I would like to see you charge one time.
Nah. Like I said, I'm just so happy to be on first. I'm gonna run around and get a point.
All right, I'm going to skip around because you mentioned being brothers with your teammates. Last year was special. You win a World Series, you're friends for life, all of you guys. But one guy this year that I've heard that you've gotten pretty close to is Mike Napoli. He's got nothing but the greatest things to say about you, Jonny. Talk a little bit about your friendship and the other side of Mike that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, we don't want to tell people that. We want to keep him as the rough, hard guy. No. We don't want to soften Mike up. We'll keep everyone tricked. He's kind of like myself. I think that's kind of we've got a nice relationship going. Kind of kick things off right away. Is he's got to scratch the surface. It's kind of like M&M. We're hard on the shell. Soft inside, but. Just from getting to know him, we only played together, 1 year, but, it seems like, we had a lot of similarities, like growing up, a lot of similarities off the field, baseball-wise, family-wise, how he approaches the game, how I approach the game, and, I always say, fortunately and unfortunately, bouncing around like myself, I played against him, numerous times to respect how he played the game. But then, when you see his work ethic and you see how he goes about his business, it's not on accident. It's a lot of work goes into it. But that's my main guy, Mike. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my last question is about you bouncing around. I'll get to that in a second. Jonny, you had a heart attack in 2002.
Yeah, 2002. I just turned 22. My birthday was in November, so I guess ideally, if you can check it off as early as possible, But yeah, it got hairy there for a minute. I was in the hospital for 8 days, right on Christmas Eve, actually. And, luckily bounced back. And, just kind of a little piece of, adversity that I went through health-wise. And, again, parlays to, how I play this game and why I play the game how I do, because I do know what it's like to almost check out, But, Yeah, just one of those things, that isn't a guarantee, and that tomorrow's not a guarantee. To tell you the truth, so you got to live it up.
All right, well, you just answered my question, so I'll skip to the next one. Talking about your teammates from last year, similar to '04, the 13 team and the '04 team had such an identity, even more than '07. Is this team still looking for their identity?
Yeah, I think so. And with that being said, I always say, every superstar, every veteran, to stick in this game, you build your own personal identity. And we still have some guys building their own personal identity. And that's the hardest thing to do in this game. And then once you get that identity, that comes with the scouting report, and all the other things on that side. So we got to do what we can over here to be hands-on, but at the same time be hands-off. And it's tough over here, This is the Sox, it's win or bust, So we need them, to have this identity and grind and grind and grind, win, but at the same time we got to be hands-off and, just know that, the office up above, has put these guys in a position to succeed. And they're doing a great job right now. It's still early, so they got a lot of weight on their shoulders for such young kids. But I'm glad they're on my team.
All right, last question. Yeah, you mentioned adversity. I was Googling you today and all the teams you've been on and how many times you've gone up and down. What do you say to some of the young guys that are starting off in their career? I know Garen came up today. Kind of nice to see new faces and young faces, but what's your advice to them?
My advice to them is, make it tough to send you down. You got to cover everything. You got to be a good teammate. You got to be logged in. And every single ground ball, every single swing, every single time you run down to first, builds, the building of you, So you want to build it as tall and as strong as possible. And, on the other side, I say, you can't hide hitting. You got to hit. You can't hide hitting. So, just get as many hits as you can and make it tough on them.
Yeah, I'm sure guys like Daniel Nava will appreciate stuff like that. All right, well, we thank you for your time. It's our first interview together.
I know. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, I think that's the attitude of a true Red Sox right there, and exactly what Ben Cherington was looking for when he signed Jonny Gomes in the winter of 2012. All right, that'll do it for this edition of Talk of the Town. Again, I'm Jenn Royle with the Boston Herald. Log on to bostonherald.com every Thursday to see which Boston athlete we'll be highlighting next.